Hi guys, this is BadWolf of Black Flag, and today I'm going to share with you something that I've been doing today for the past, 5 hours? 4 hours? Something like that, anyway, a long time. I've done something that I've never done before, and this is develop AI. AI sounded daunting at first, because it's AI. I literally have to code a brain. Well, it's a very dumb brain. It can't see or anything like that, but I made a game. Here it is. Here's the game. It's basically a game where you go through a cave. It's a randomly generated cave, avoiding spikes. You just fall through it. You're a bouncy ball. You swipe where you want to go because it is eventually going to be a mobile game. But yeah, I thought this was a perfect excuse to try and make an AI. So here we go. So I developed 2 AIs today. I developed one which is just beats. It beats everything every time. It's never died. And then 2, one that acts more of a player, and that is because it doesn't see as well, and unlike the computer, it doesn't see 25 times a second. It only sees probably about 10 times a second, and probably only acts upon what it's seen every 5 times a second. So here's what it looks like. So here it's going through the cave. I'm hoping that it doesn't die straight away, but it probably will. Alright, so let's just discuss some of the behaviours that this AI has, and then I'll show you some code behind it. Okay, so this one uses the platforms a lot more than other things, because it really doesn't like spikes. The other one, it just sees the spikes, goes around them no problem. This one kind of relies more on actual platforms, because it uses them just to slowly get its way down. And yeah, by the way, I'm not controlling this with a keyboard, because you'll see in the script that there's no keyboard controls. So yeah. So as you can see, it's just going to slowly bounce down through the cave. Okay, so let's talk about the actual code now. So if we open up here, we can see the actual code behind this. So what it's doing is that there's 3 sensors, down, left and right, and those are always sensing for ground or spikes. Also, this is like how far it can see. So of course, if it could see everywhere, then the right would get mixed up with the left and so on. Then you've also got the statements that are saying if there is something, if there's a spike or if there's ground there. And that's pretty much the variables that we're using here. So then you've also got things where it's actually checking. So is down is physics.checksphere, down dot position, I is the name of the variable for how far it can see, and if it's a spike. And is down will then become true if there is a spike inside of it. And from that I can get to the first section of my code. If there's something below you, well then either move left or right. So then what you've got to figure out is, well, if there's some ground to your right and you're moving right, you're just going to go into the ground and then fall into the spike. So it has to move in the opposite direction. And that's kind of the first half of the entire code, is basically just that there's a spike there, what's the best way around it. The second half of the code is a little bit more complex. This is basically the section where it says, I call it situational code. So this is where very specific things happen. So if there's something to the right and to the left, say if there's a spike, well then you don't just go back and forth, constantly moving away, or else it's going to get stuck. So then it should just go straight down. Or say if it's this, I don't know, there's you're trapped in an object. If all of the sensors are going off saying there's ground, well then it's going to go up, and then what it's going to do is find the best way out. So that's pretty much the entirety of the code. It took me a while just to get all the conditional state, the situational conditions, and also the key things like move away from spikes, because the ball just is terrified of them. Be sure to stick around, because I'll either be saying when or anything like that when this game comes out. If it's going to be on the App Store, if it's going to be on Google Play Store, or whatever it's going to be on. So yeah. Leave any thoughts in the comments below if you want me to make any more AIs for different games. Like I could recreate Flappy Bird and try making an AI for that. So yeah, I'll see you in the next episode, and be sure to check back and subscribe if you did enjoy the content and you want to see any more games or AI or coding related stuff. Then that would be great. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.